Okay, the Okuma Cedros series of reels were introduced at the same ICAST as the Makyra series. Took them a long time to get these on the market. And Okuma is correct in that sense. Let's make sure we've got everything done right before we bring it out. And that's what they took time to do. Plus they did some extra field testing in other markets. Australia was one of them. And they put them through the paces. On the Cedros line, these reels were initially designed as a high-speed jigging piece. The first ones on the market were the lever drags, and there were 3 models going up to a 20 size. Now a 20 size is big. That's like a 30 narrow international. Big pieces, high gear ratios, 6-to-1 on the retrieves, lever drags, and fairly expensive pieces, especially for a single speed reel. This would be an example of one of the larger ones. This is a 15. You can see lugs or plugs. They're reversible on the lugs here on the top, and so you can go ahead and pop those up if you needed to harness in. Helical cut gears again, all Type 2 anodized, machined, properly constructed. These pieces will do up to 34 pounds of drag with free spool, measured at max or at full on the lever. At the strike position, back that down to 27 pounds worth of drag. A lot of drag. They're all made for fishing spectra. They all have great free spool performance. They spin like tops, and they've got a few other little features we'll go about when we do a close-up on these pieces. This past year, and again this is 2011 October time. This past year, finally Okuma started shipping the Star Drake models. Their Star Drake reels are, again, high gear ratio, fast retrieve, and beautifully made. Probably the nicest Star Drakes on the market without going up to the old Saltigas, for instance. Those are beautiful pieces that Daiwa made on the Saltiga series, especially the original Saltigas. But we're talking 400 bucks or so. On these guys, we're ranging on the Star Drags in the upper 200s. So, very, very competitive in that sense, especially for a machined aluminum reel with the performance it offers. Again, high drag capability, made for fishing spectra, great casting. The lever drags, nothing quite like them in the marketplace for the folks fishing kings. Reels, for fish where a high gear ratio is critical for jigging, where you want maybe a higher gear ratio, they really fit that niche very, very well. They also introduced, over the past few months, the levers in a lower gear ratio, and that's a real nice thing to see for guys who are fishing more bait. Let me go ahead and put this on pause for a second. We'll zoom on in and look at the reels more closely. Okay, this is a Cedros 10. I should say, all the lever drags in this series, you have a 5-year parts and labor warranty, like the Makyras. I mentioned on the Makyras the porting that's offered. Let me see if I can zoom in a little more closely here, and maybe you can get a view of that. You have 2 points on the gear housing, which is a nice thing here. Let's see, you got there, and you also have here. So it's going to drain whether the reel's on the rack or it's sitting, on a shelf. You'll have air circulation, which is a wonderful thing. These ports aren't on the side here; they're on the bottom. Well, that's a little intuitive logic at play, because that's where the moisture is going to collect and where you want to get rid of it. You don't want it just sitting down there in a puddle in the bottom of the gear housing. You also have ports on the bottom, here and here. Well engineered and well thought out. And another port here, which is a little bit larger. So you actually have some air circulation, which is a great thing as far as reducing the potential for corrosion on a reel. Again, they're making use of Corrosion X, they're making use of Cal's drag grease. Beautiful pieces. Probably, again, the nicest single speed lever drag reels you'll find on the market today. Very, very nicely put together. And they just introduced a little 8 size, which is a teeny little piece. Just a jewel of a reel. And again, high gear ratio on that piece. Now, like the Makyras, when you push the lever forward, the spool comes towards instead of being pushed away. They don't have a side load pressure in terms of adjusting the lever and fishing at a higher drag rating. That's a wonderful thing, and that's unique to the Okuma products at this point in time. A number of different unique features that these guys offered. On the Star Drake reels, there are 2 in the line currently. We'll zoom this back out a little bit so you can see them both. Size-wise, again, they got this part down real well. That's our wide, and this is our narrow. In terms of reels, these kind of remind me a little bit of a Newell 332 with the narrow and a 338 with the wide. Similar sort of line capability or line capacity. Again, you're going to have a 34 pounds drag on these guys at the max, which is, you know, pretty doggone strong. There's not much, again, in a reel like that as far as performance. Price-wise, not too shabby a piece. Okay, these are the two Star Drag reels in the Cedros line. And again, the same sort of anodizing, beautifully produced pieces. In terms of relative size, I guess the closest thing I would compare them to would be, maybe a Newell 332 and a Newell 338 in terms of height and width. And like the Newells, great casting pieces. The gear ratios on the Star Drags are still 6.2 to 1, so they're high gear ratio pieces. In terms of drag capability, on the Stars, we're looking at 27 pounds of drag capability, which is a lot of drag on a reel of this size. Like a Star, you can go ahead and button the drag down if you want to, and you're not going to have any side load issues. With the way Okuma designed their lever drags, you're not going to have the side load issues either. But you know, that's one benefit typically of a Star drag reel, is that side load, and you know, losing free spool at a high drag setting. The reels lend themselves very, very well to toss and bait, toss and iron, especially as a jigging reel, and which is what they originally designed for. They're exceptional pieces in that regard. Now, like the other Okuma pieces, we have porting here. Let's see here. I'm going to zoom in a little bit tighter. Maybe with luck we can make this thing work. Yeah, let's see if we can bring her in a little bit. There we go. Okay, and now we have porting here. And that's a large drain hole. Same here, same here, same here. Back on the other side, we pick it up here, we pick it up here. So basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different points where salt water can be eliminated, or when you wash the reel out, you're able to have the thing drain and air dry appropriately, which is going to make it a longer live piece in your hands, which is a very nice thing. Stamped foot. Now these pieces are not made in Okuma's Taiwan plant. They come, as one of our clients pointed out to me, these actually are produced in China at Okuma's plant. And that, 9 times out of 10, I'm not jumping up and down with excitement over, but these guys speak the same language and they have control of the production facility. And this gives them a price advantage in the marketplace. You're not paying over $400 for a reel like this, which is the case of competing pieces. Whether that be from Penn with the Torques, or it be from Daiwa with the old Saltigas. These pieces are priced less than $300 in the upper twos, and they offer a heck of a lot of reel for the money. Warranty on the Star Drags is 3 years, parts and labor. Warranty on the lever drags is 5 years, parts and labor. So there we have it. That's an Okuma Star Drag. Brilliant piece of engineering. This is an Okuma Cedros lever drag. And again, our levers are picking up lugs or plugs. On the Star Drag reels, that's not an option. You don't have lugs or plugs on these guys, but you do on the levers. And again, as far as the porting, big hole here, hole here, hole here, here, another big, larger port here and here. So multi-port for long-term performance. And that's exactly what you're getting with the Cedros reel. Excellent product, excellent innovation coming out of Okuma these days. Well-designed pieces.